could I please ask you all to do something with me? Can we all take a deep breath in and out? Breathing is something we all do instinctively, without much thought or effort, not realizing just how extraordinary it actually is. With every breath we take in oxygen, which is vital for life on Earth. Every single cell in your body requires it to survive. And yet for most of Earth's history, there was hardly any oxygen. If we rewind the clocks 4 billion years, Earth's atmosphere was so toxic that a single breath could kill us. The only life that existed was bacteria that could survive in extreme environments. And then about 2.5 billion years ago, some of these bacteria underwent a revolutionary change. They developed the ability to photosynthesize, using sunlight to make food, and then releasing oxygen as a byproduct. And it's this oxygen that then slowly, and I mean very slowly, began to accumulate on Earth. Today, I can track this process by studying the chemical signatures preserved in ancient rocks, a field called geochemistry. And what I found in my research is that it's only about 500 million years ago that the oxygen levels in Earth's atmosphere increased to match the levels that we have today. And it's during this time period that life on Earth actually becomes very interesting. When I study the fossils from this time period, I see that with an increase in oxygen availability, life explodes in complexity. Organisms that were made of a single cell become multicellular, and we see the first animals emerge. At first they're soft-bodied, resembling earthworms or jellyfish, but then they develop skeletons and shells. These animals begin to move, burrow, and even hunt. We see the first signs of predation in the fossil record, marking a shift from passive survival to active competition. Survival of the fittest had truly begun. And all of this evolutionary innovation tracks remarkably with the increase in oxygen. One of the oldest questions, which is still asked today, is where do we come from? And studying the history of oxygenation on Earth can help us answer this question. Because the rise of oxygen wasn't just a random background event. It was the spark that allowed complex life to emerge, from single cells to animals, and eventually to us. So at the end of this talk, I'm going to ask you to take in another deep breath with me. But as we do so, let us reflect on how this single breath represents a long, winding process of evolutionary innovation.